in the first
same
one.
way when a black woman goes and finds her a white and shining armor.
I'm okay with it only because I probably, in my head, they probably have tried so long to try to be with a black man, and it just didn't work for them. So I give black women passes. It's probably a double standard, but I give them passes because in my head, I know they probably tried. There are studies that show how black women have been holding out for a black man in way longer than what black men do.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's Three Brothers No Sense. I am Tavares Ferguson, a.k.a. Ferg, joined with my co-hosts Buff and Razi. Fellas, tell them what's on your mind.
Are you guys excited about the new Candyman coming out?
I actually am. I'm one that I liked the original Candyman 1 and 2, actually. 2 was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the first one. So I'm kind of excited about it. And Jordan Peele hadn't let us down yet. So that's the other thing about it. I think he's going to reimagine it and make it current and use that whole mythos of the Candyman. So yeah, I'm for everything black, as Ferg says. So yeah, I'm good with it. The
trailer looked dope, man. I told Tabitha I would go with her and see it because I guess I got to go back and rewatch the first one, man. It wasn't like a top movie for me. So, but you said Jordan Peele hasn't let us down yet. So you liked Us? You guys liked Us? Wasn't that the movie? Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it. I mean,
some people didn't understand it.
Yeah, it was psychological. But
so the thing with me is Z is not a big scary movie fan. So
like, does she think they're not good or she just too scary?
Z is not a big scary movie fan. You know what I mean? So I don't know the last real scary movie I've seen. I just turned it. We can't. She chooses not to even watch the previews.
Oh wow.
You know, so
she's the opposite.
It's gonna have to be one of those things where I haven't even seen the what do you call it?
The
trailer for it yet. But I'm going to check the trailer out. If it's something I really want to see, I'll probably have to just go when I'm out of town or something for work. But, you know, it's Candyman. And once again, I try to support everything black. So, and I don't even know if that really counts. Oh, but it is Peele. Okay, yeah, Jordan Peele. So,
yeah. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
But I feel like that dude is he like Tyler Perry 2.0? I feel like that dude comes out with a new movie every 6 months.
Is Key getting jealous? I mean, Key has been in the new Predator, and that's about it, right?
Yeah. He's had a couple of hits, but you know, it's one of Peele is doing all of the production and the writing and the directing. I mean, I really feel like Peele just was he was a comedian, right? And that was his thing. So unless he gets some stand up or he just continues to act, I don't know if he's going to get as big as Peele. So
and no, I don't think he's Tyler Perry 2.0.
No, I mean I like what I've seen, but I'm like, I feel like that dude drops a movie every 6 months.
He's taking Tyler Perry to the next level. Like he is
2.0. Like he's definitely superstar. He's just upgrade. But
I wouldn't say Tyler Perry. I'd say he's the next Spike Lee.
But Spike Lee wasn't dropping that many movies like that though.
Well,
at one time he wasn't he? No.
Yeah.
Like do the right thing.
Do the right thing. School Days, Mo Better Blues, all that. Yeah. Like I was telling you
about. That might have been a 5-year period.
I thought it was closer than that for.
But Peele hasn't. I mean, you know, he hasn't dropped that many. It feels like they've been coming, but Us was last year. Get Out was a year before that.
Mm-hmm.
So
isn't it like I Am Mother?
Like one per year.
Yeah,
I Am Mother or something like that, or
Mother with the. I don't think that was him.
I'm
not sure. I don't think that was.
Yeah, and so and I don't know. I think he's just producing this one, like executive producing it, right? I don't think he may have written it, but I don't think he's directing it. So you also got to think about that, like. You know, producers can produce more than one, especially if they're executive producing. They can executive produce 4 or 5 movies at the same time. So, because the time isn't like invested into it as much. So it just depends on what he's doing.
The trailer reminds me of the trailer for Us too. The way it the way it flows and stuff. Like watch that trailer for the new Candyman and then watch the one for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what's on my mind, man. What you got, Razi?
So for anybody who doesn't know, Haley got into a pretty bad car accident over last weekend. So the car's probably going to end up getting totaled, but just, man, dealing with another person's insurance company. Haley's not on my insurance. She's on her mom's insurance. And so, they didn't want to do a claim under their insurance. So we're going directly with the other insurance. So the responsible party's insurance, man, is so different. So I'm going to let you guys know if y'all have to deal with that or whatever. It's so much simpler just to go with your insurance company. I know you might not want the claim and all of that stuff, but it's just way simpler to go with your insurance and let your insurance company deal with that other one.
Who didn't want to file a claim?
Well, Allison didn't want to file a claim because even though it's not an at fault, but filing a claim is still a claim that's filed under your insurance. So it can increase your premiums and do stuff like that with insurance companies, certain insurance companies. And so what we did is we went directly with the other insurance company. And the thing about it is you're not that insurance company's insured person. You're not their customer. So they don't have to be nice. They don't have to be responsive. You know what I mean? So that's the thing about it is, it's almost worth having that claim on your insurance and paying that deductible if you have a deductible and then letting them go and fight it out with the other one and maybe getting your deductible back later on. No,
your insurance company go after them. It should be. They'll subrogate it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They'll go after them, but that's the kind of take on it. But it's been crazy. So it happened Friday. We just got her rental car today. So she hadn't been able to get to work. So
she hasn't had any lasting pain at all.
Yeah, she's sore, that type of thing. It was some other kids in the car, and they have some injuries. So it was a company car. So we'll see how that works out. But
of course, he's thinking about the money.
No, I'm not. I mean, I want to make it right, but it's good that insurance companies do kind of cover that, and they have the bodily injury part of it too. So that, they can go and get the assistance, the chiropractic services and everything that they need and not have to worry about it.
One other question. Can you name what insurance you're dealing with? What's their insurance, the people at fault?
It's some small company that I've never heard of. It's FCCI. Okay. So I'll name them because
that's probably a corporate company.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, because it was a corporate vehicle. So they probably insure corporate entities instead of just individuals.
They're paid to make it tough. Those type companies, because they probably have multi-million-dollar policies with all these, it looks like she got hit by a truck, right?
Yeah.
So they probably have multiple trucks on the road and it drives their premium up. So they're going to fight every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm feeling it. I'm seeing it. So,
well, I just got my truck back out of the shop. I was in an accident about a month ago, and I got my truck out of the shop Monday. I thought it was going to be totaled, but actually they did a really good job. So shout out to Caliber Collision and Progressive who took over the claim because they were debating. Crazy situation. I still had USA, hadn't canceled it yet, and had Progressive at the same time. So they're debating who was going to take the claim.
Yeah.
So I had too much insurance, and then it got to the point where I got nervous because it seemed like each person was trying to point the finger at the other, which I get. But Progressive took care of it. They did a good job. And actually the truck looks better than it took some years off the truck. So got a new grill, got a new hood and all that stuff. And so I really can't complain about that.
Nice.
But I hope, Haley, if you're listening, hope you're okay. Be safe out there. I'm just glad you're okay because I've seen those things end badly. So hopefully you and your friends are doing well. My question to you.
But before you start, for one other thing is Super Tuesday's coming up this Tuesday. So I want to make sure everybody get out and vote in the primaries. But along with that, everybody in Alabama, we're voting on Amendment 1 on Tuesday. And I want to make sure everybody knows what Amendment 1 is. So we're voting to basically let our state school board be appointed by the governor instead of actually elected by the people. So my political plug for the show right now, vote no on Amendment 1. We don't want to put even more power consolidated in, Montgomery's hand, in the governor's hands, and in the legislature or the Congress hands. So the state legislature it's already broken, and I don't want to give them a little bit more power over our education system. I mean, we're ranked so low now. Consolidating that power and letting them actually appoint a school board isn't going to help anything. What they need to do is actually find some money and fund our education system instead of, thinking that they're going to go and just pawn it off on this person that they go and select that we don't really have a say in whether that person's a good person or not.
Is the governor still Kay Ivey?
Yes.
When is she up?
This year, actually. What is it, in November?
Believe it or not, man, Alabama has had a Democratic governor in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was like 2010 when the Republicans took back over. They actually the Alabama State Senate was a Democratic run until about 2010, right after the census. So they did this huge push to take back the House in 2010 so that they could gerrymander all the districts again. And so that's the same thing here. So anybody that goes out, they need to go vote so that we can actually try to take back or get a little bit more power so that we can actually draw the districts after the census comes out.
So what's the rationale behind Amendment 1?
Consolidating power. That's really all it is. It's the education. Over the last 3 or 4 years, I think they've gone through 3 superintendents because the board was just horrible and they were pushing people out, and it was not, kind of a good old boy system in there, but they've pushed those people out. So again, the election process worked and people went in and saw that the board wasn't actually helping each other out. So they actually voted out a bunch of the school board, and now they have a superintendent that works and that's doing their thing, but they want to consolidate that power so that they can actually do what they want. And from my understanding, probably what's going to happen, and this is just my assumption, but they're going to appoint somebody like who's the crazy lady in DC that's the Secretary of Education right now.
DeVos.
Betsy DeVos.
Yeah,
DeVos.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Betsy. So they're gonna appoint somebody like her that's all about supposedly school choice and charter schools and all this private stuff, so they can make money. That's really what's going to happen. They're going to cut. They're going to appoint somebody that's not for the teachers union. And so then they're going to start cutting the teachers union benefits and those types of things. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to use it as a cost save. And then because Alabama's broke, hands down, Alabama's broke. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to use this as a stepping stone to be able to really kind of screw our teachers and think that they're going to fix their education by doing that.
Okay. So yeah, my support. Unfortunately, I don't vote in Alabama, but maybe I think we have a lot of our listeners are in Alabama. So maybe we need to make a post on that. So, and this will drop Monday, the day before Super Tuesday.
Yep.
So leave that up to you. And I hate to do this, but we're slowly leaving Black History Month and moving into, or getting to the tail end of campaign season. Well, primaries. Byron, how do you feel about your boys being endorsed by Russia right now?
My boys, huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Who you talking about? Is it Bernie that got endorsed?
Bernie and Trump.
Yeah. So I don't have an issue with Bernie, but I'm right now, I think I'm voting for Warren out of the primaries right now. It's Warren, Buttigieg, and then a toss-up between Joe and Bernie. But I'm pretty much good with almost any of them except
Bloomberg. But do you think he's the likely party to be able to beat Trump? I mean, listening to, shout out to Brandon the Daily, that's one of the reasons they think Russia may be supporting Bernie is some algorithm they have is he probably would lose to Trump. They're thinking that he's the candidate most likely to lose to Trump, and which is scary. In a utopian society, in a utopian world, Bernie sounds cool. I would rock with Bernie.
I actually think, man, this year the policies don't matter. So it's just a matter of how bad the country wants Trump out. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to matter who is the Democratic nominee. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to, do you want Trump another 4 years or not? So if Bernie runs and he loses, I think pretty much that'll be the same for all the candidates that are running.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think it's all or nothing?
I do.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that is going to shy away from voting Democrat, because that's really what it's about, right? The Democrat versus Republican ticket. I don't see many people shying away from voting Democrat because of Bernie or Warren. Like Byron said, the policies don't matter. I think.
What about Pete?
Now, see. Oh, you bring up a good point too. For Pete, might have a problem because he's gay, and we know, especially within our community and just American as a whole, we still have an issue with gay people. So you're right about that. For he might not get it, but I forgot what I was going to say. You made such a good point. Go ahead, man.
I feel the same way about Pete. My top two candidates, I'm worried about, is America ready for them? You got Pete, and then you got Warren. You know, it's great to say that you want Warren, but then it's like, do we really want to, you know, whatever that person says in the White House? I mean, you got to think, it wasn't that long ago where they were almost like making jokes where they never wanted a woman to be in control of the missiles, you know, like, and so, but if you let Trump do it, then hell,
at this point, you know, you bring up good points, especially with Pete and maybe even with a female candidate like Amy Klobuchar or Warren. But besides those three, I was going to say it really won't matter who it is unless the Democrat Party messes it up and people feel like their particular candidate was cheated. Like with Bernie in 2016, you know, giving Hillary the questions ahead of the debate and things like that. If the Democrat Party messes this up and we find out they were kind of pushing more for one candidate over another and making the process unfair, then people may stay home again and Trump may find himself in there.
And I'm scared about a brokered convention being billed as that, because folks who are listening, a brokered convention isn't cheating against Bernie. I want everybody to understand that is the Democrat and the Republican. They can do a brokered convention as well. That is their process. So it's very clear. Everybody knows what it is. If you don't have a certain number of the popular vote going into the or delegate vote going into the convention, then it goes to a broker and the superdelegates get their say. So that if he loses at a brokered convention, that is not cheating Bernie. That is the process and how it works.
But you and I both know.
Oh,
They're not going to want to hear that. They screw Bernie over once again.
That's what they're going to say. And they may stay home because of that. And I'm telling you, do not stay home. I don't care. Vote blue no matter who.
We need, if at any other time we needed to be like just blindsided, it's now. It's don't stay home. Those need to be shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not your candidate lost. It's like, really, don't stay home. My biggest fear is with all these candidates, it's not they're going to go vote for Trump. It's the same thing that happened with Hillary. People did not get out and vote. They weren't adamant enough. And hopefully the last 3 years, your supreme leader has garnered enough support or disdain for the party or this gentleman that we have in office that we're like, you know what?
Is that what he is, gentleman?
I'm trying to be.
No, go ahead.
Trying to be better. But like,
I was thinking out loud. That's my bad.
I mean, y'all know what the hell I'm saying, man. This dude got to go. And I just hope that we're pissed off enough to say, you know what? I might not be a Bernie supporter, but I sure don't like Trump. You know, trying to teach people a lesson and all that stuff, because it's going to be dangerous if this dude stays in office.
So we're all the way in politics now. So let me ask this before we go to the commercial and introduce the ladies. Did y'all see that coronavirus speech that he gave yesterday? Press conference?
What coronavirus?
If you wasn't scared before, you should be terrified now. That was one of the most listen, this ain't even hating no Trump right now. That was incompetence at its best. At its worst, rather. I mean, it was.
But he has people that are going to believe him.
He rambled, Ferg. He just said a string of words. Nothing was coherent.
What did he say? He's like, I'm surprised. I was surprised to hear that 25 to 60,000 people a year die from the flu. Yes, they do.
The president of the United States. We have flu season every year. That's not a disease a virus that comes around every 5
I'm in medical sales. around September, October, every facility I go to, they put out the list staying with masks, sanitizer. If you're coughing, sneezing, breathing hard, any of it, like, leave. They don't play. It's serious. I mean, I've had situations disrupted just because people are like, hey, we can't talk business right now. For the next 2 weeks, we're just making sure all our employees go get the flu shot. And the guy, I can't even do my job without having the flu shot.
And the guy he put in charge is a guy who has a history of not believing that smoking cigarettes causes cancer, doesn't believe that condoms work in helping preventing the transmission of STDs. It's like some other crazy stuff he believes. That's who we have in charge, VP Mike Pence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, but that's all fake news. So.
Yeah. Oh, and this scare isn't what's causing the market meltdown right now, which we had the largest downturn in history.
Like
today.
2 days in a row, though, right? Like
it's been the last 3 days. We've seen the market kind of dropping, but today was the largest single day drop in history. 1,200 points. Yeah.
I'm a little mad at the Umar Johnsons of the world because y'all told me the virus wasn't real, but now it's messing with the money. So I need some explanations and answers.
Man, trust me, Razi, I'm trying not to log in to TD Ameritrade, but it's tough. Like,
God, tell him what happened, man. Like,
I just made a decent investment and some talking to my financial advisor over here, Razi, and he gave me some pretty good stocks to look into, and they're going to trend back up, of course. But it's just you drop money, like, damn, I lost $1,000 in 1 day.
Okay.
I lost $2,000 in 2 days.
It's okay. It's okay.
I lost $2,500 in 3 days. But it was kind of like maybe I should have waited to next week. We're at this coronavirus scare, but it'll do what it
folks,
do.
You can't time the market, and that's exactly what I told Fur. You can't time the market. These things happen. It'll come back up.
I know, but it's just
until you see a long
term shock and awe.
Yeah, it's shock and awe. But until you see a long term trend of going down, and we'll kind of announce it, or I'll at least announce when I'm making moves. I'll let you guys know that. So if you do want to kind of follow that, you can. We'll just throw it out like that because I can't legally I can't give financial advice anymore, but I'll let you know what I'm doing with my money, and hopefully that'll help you if you're looking on when to invest, how to make moves.
All right. Well, we're talking about money we made, but I had a huge dip, and I'm pretty sure you guys had the same this week. So guess what we need to do? We need to pay some bills, fellas.
Exciting and new. Hello, Hannah Waddingham here. Have you seen the fabulous new Sun Princess? World-class entertainment, exceptional dining, and the greatest pizza ever. It's alive.
Don't miss our Come Aboard sale with up to 40% off and free room upgrades. Visit princess.com or call your travel advisor to book. Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28/25. Ships of Bermudan and British Registry.
So welcome back. We're sitting here with three lovely ladies I've known for 15, 16.
Hey, don't even.
I'm getting old.
We don't look it though.
We don't look it. No.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you ladies join us on this collab podcast, the first podcast of the official Blackity Black Network. Is that what we're going to call it? The Blackity Black podcast?
I like for the culture. Media. I like black. I like for the culture.
Some Blackity Black and for the culture. Whatever.
You got voted out, L, with that one. Go.
For the first of many, but I want you guys to introduce yourselves. We have Femme Noir Files. We've been following since day one. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, ladies.
All right. What's up, people? I'm KB. I'm originally from Florida, but I live in Philly. Philly girl. I should have been here a long time. So yeah, I'm the one that's like, doing all of our recording and editing and everything else doing with the podcast. So what's up? Happy to be here.
Hey y'all, I'm Shug. So I went to we've known each other forever. We went to high school together. So I think I've known you guys the longest out of the three of us, but originally from Mobile, Alabama, currently representing Baltimore, Maryland.
Be more.
I know. I've been here. God, it'll be 3 years this year. So happy to be here. It did.
Hi, guys. I'm Elle. I am originally from Greenville, South Carolina. I am a true Southern Belle. I have lived in our nation's capital, not Maryland and not Virginia, but DC for 11 years. And I am happy to be here with you guys.
And you're so extra.
Yeah. So how you feel about that whole that dig at Virginia?
Right.
No, it was no dig at Virginia. Listen.
I definitely
that was a definition.
It was definitely a dig, like on
to
Maryland.
Virginia, though. It was also to Maryland. It was also to Maryland.
I definitely felt the shade. When I tell people I'm from DC, I only say it because most people don't know that DC is right between Maryland and Virginia. So
right.
Tell them DC.
Well, don't be around Elle when you say that.
Not at all.
Yeah. She will correct you.
She'll be like, is this DC
quick.
DC proper? Is it DC proper?
Oh, I probably will. Listen, if your street address does not end in Southeast, Northwest, Northeast, or Southwest, you do not live in the District of Columbia.
That is true.
All right.
So, petty. I just want listeners, I just want y'all to know their podcast is not edited. They're explicit. No, it's very much edited. It is explicit.
It's raw.
Just get ready for all the bleeps and everything. If you want to hear the actual unedited or the the non-bleeped out
the radio version.
Yeah, we're the Walmart version.
I forgot I did hear the beep on y'all stuff. I was like, they really.
Yeah, that is right. They really don't curse.
You want to hear without the bleeps, then
we curse like sailors.
Yeah, go listen to it on the Femme Noir Files. Check them out.
We're ladies, but we curse.
Cuss a little bit. I love Jesus.
Right. I love Jesus.
I do love Jesus. We are in the 40-day fast right now. Let's go.
We are.
Oh, so I'm gonna start with this. Elle, what you giving up for Lent?
I gave up fast food and soft drinks.
Yo, just got some fast food tonight.
No, I did not. I did not. Call your line. Call your line sister.
Oh, my line sister did that. Okay, sorry.
Call your line. Thank you.
Wow.
See how she called me out?
Yes.
It was wrong. Oh, y'all only asking me what I'm giving up? You're not going to ask the other two?
I just got it out. I mean, let them get it out.
Okay. Keep moving a little slow. Ferg moving a little slow.
I gave up sugar. No sugar for the next 40 days.
Okay. I gave up meat, sweets, and I'm trying to give up alcohol. I did take a shot tonight, but that was for a special occasion.
You failed already.
Yeah.
You failed on day one.
So when you say you gave up meat, did you give up meat or like meat?
Meat that I eat, and there's no other meat that goes in my mouth. Check out the podcast.
Not with that one. Partake of the meat at all. At all.
Lord.
Hey, and shrugs shoulders. So no, just actual meat in this. Oh, why you laughing? Like you laughing real hard, Shug. Like you doing a little much right now, y'all. You doing a little much.
No, because Bob is really looking like, what the is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She ain't lying.
How old are we?
Like this. Hey,
It's like, wow.
What year is it?
Hey. So anyway, I gave up meat and sweets. Wow. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And it's supposed to be alcohol, but again, this was a special occasion. So I just asked the Lord to forgive me.
Razi, you giving up anything?
Nope.
Well, okay.
Keep that real quick.
Buff, you got anything for us?
I ain't giving up nothing. Hell no.
Oh man, we're horrible.
Okay.
We're
Sorry.
We're three the hard way then.
Y'all don't curse, but y'all ain't giving up nothing. At least we like to, cleanse and get into our, Christianity and stuff.
As far as the farthest we usually go is we don't eat beef, pork, or chicken on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
So we just eat.
So it's not just for Catholic people; it's for everybody.
Yeah, no, it's we call it for Christian, for Baptists, we call it the 40-day fast, a Daniel fast.
I ain't been to church in 80 years.
Oh Lord. Oh, that's another situation.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, KB is a stickler for everybody going to church every Sunday.
Okay, yes, we will go out all night. We will be up to 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to go to the church in the morning. Huh?
Razi make reservations.
Make reservations.
It's like it's Del Frisco's or something.
What? I was at All Star Weekend and still made it to church in Chicago.
That's so hard enough then.
In her fur.
It's time for me to rate these drinks because I've been waiting the whole entire episode to start my drinking. Okay.
My bad. I'm happy because my cup. I'm about to order another one.
Wait, because there's so many of us. We're going to just let everybody go around the room and say what you drinking. And then on the count of 3, we taking these shots. How about that? First. Oh, isn't that a gentleman thing to say? So I got a little brown in here. Until we start getting some money for this, I'm not telling y'all what the brown is, but just know it has like a grapey feel to it. It's a really, it's a great kind of, I don't know. It makes you feel purpley.
Purpley.
That's some new shit.
You drinking Prince juice? Like what the hell? What is that?
When you come to my house, I will let you partake.
Okay.
And it's going to change your life.
It's like the little kid on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory purple?
Yeah. but it's brown. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Purple. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. What you got? What you got in that cup? You got that hood cup, like that barbecue cup.
It's that's a barbecue Dallas cup. Cowboys cup. Don't do me.
Oh, I didn't see the star on the side.
Thank you. You see the star now.
Okay.
This is good old fashioned West Baltimore water. I'm going to take a shot of moonshine when it's time for us to do that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you about to get kicked off early. Early.
Shut up.
3 brothers, no sense. What y'all drinking?
So I'm this is gonna be classic me, but I'm drinking root beer. That's what I'm on.
I'm a fan. Wait, what?
A&W. It's not even Barks. Like usually I do Barks, but it's A&W today because they won't.
Razi's our.
Because I'm also.
He's our Shug.
Hey.
Razi's definitely our Shug. And I'm like, they're gonna connect.
Shug, you got somebody out there like you.
Wrong with it. That's what's up. I appreciate it.
She be trying to drink water right here too. We be like, what you doing? Anyway.
What?
Buff, what you got? Go ahead.
I didn't know we had the option of not drinking. But
thank you, Buff. I like the way you think. Good.
But I have a mojito in my Miami Heat glass, and my shot will be some bamboo rum that's endorsed by Lil Weezy himself.
I don't know if you want to drink that.
Nothing that he drinks.
No.
Nothing.
That's from that lean.
He can't hold a sentence. He can't talk. He concerns me. But go ahead.
Cut that hair off. Like, what is that with the blocks?
I like black hair Lil Wayne. This blonde hair Lil Wayne.
Yeah, those blocks. Like, you need to cut that off.
That is actually 2 different people. Like Big Luther, Lil Luther.
Oh, don't you ever talk about Big Luther, Lil Luther.
But see, Big Luther,
don't you do it.
He went back and forth, though. Man,
don't you do it. Ver, what you drinking?
But you only can respect Big Luther, though.
No. I respect both of them. I like Lil Luther, too. He need to get some love, too.
I mean, you like Lil Luther, but he ain't no Big Luther.
Which one song so amazing? Was that Lil Luther or Big Luther?
Big Luther.
That was Big Luther.
Okay.
I'm always
Big Luther it is, man.
Say Big Luther.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord. Fer, what you got in your cup? I know how you get down. Huh?
Him sick.
Him sick. But it's a hottie toddy, so we letting it ride. Good job. All right, so on the count of 3, raise your glasses. And let's get this party started.
This the shot.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Salute.
Ooh. That was nice. This thing's so smooth. I can't wait. Okay. All right.
Is it E&J?
It's not. No. Listen. Oh, I got an E&J story, though.
Oh, my God.
I was drinking E&J when I was in high school, right?
Who was it?
I know, right? And I went to homecoming had the bottle, accidentally brought it back in the house, and set the bitch up on my dresser. My mother came in.
Bold with it.
Thought you was grown.
Nah, I was drunk. Nah, I was clearly drunk. And so I come in and my mom like, what? Man made me go throw that bottle outside. I had to go and dump it outside in the yard. Y'all know how hurt I was?
At least it was E&J though.
I know, but at that point I'm thinking that's, we ain't got no real money. We thinking we doing something.
Oh, you were heard about the financial situation.
Yeah, and the wasted liquor.
Paul Masson and E&J. That's all we could get.
My girlfriend used to drink Paul Masson. I used to think that thing was hilarious. But anyway, okay. So we brought the guys on. Suge, tell them why.
So we brought you guys on because there's been a lot going on in the media over the past couple of weeks. So I did get the opportunity to watch the Red Table Talk with Jada and Snoop, where she was talking about Snoop's comments about Gayle King and the apology. And actually, I've just been seeing a lot of comments on social media, especially from Black men, about how hurt and disappointed that they were in Gayle and her line of questions that she asked Lisa Leslie about Kobe, right after his death.
So, to that point, for who do you think has it harder, Black men or Black women? And that's for the rest of the guys as well.
I think it's just different.
I think so too.
I don't think it's one. It's like, I don't think it's.
Byron.
Oh yeah, Buff ready to. He ready to.
Like
I'm ready. Buff, let's hear it.
It's unquestionably Black women. Come on.
I said Black men.
Black women get shitted on by white women, white men, and Black men. Like,
yes, thank you.
Like, women get shitted on from, that quote Malcolm X said about the Black woman holds true today. Like, the most disrespected person in this country is the Black woman.
Yes.
And then you look at the domestic violence rates and stuff. We beat, like, we mentioned Tupac earlier in the show. That song, Keep Your Head Up. We beat on our women. We rape them. We talk down on them. We talk bad about them. It's Black women.
And I agree, but I think it's two parts. So I think our Black women are probably more disrespected, but our Black men are more feared. So the danger being a Black man, like, not just feared, like physically, I think our women are scared that we're going to hurt them. Like, we're going in relationships with women already thinking that when is the other shoe going to fall? When is the truth going to come out? So it's just like, neither one of us are safe. We're fighting two different battles. Yeah, like, they might disrespect our Black women, but they're not as scared of our Black women as they are of our Black men. And Black men, if Black women are the most disrespected, right under Black men, Black women is Black women, Black men as far as being disrespected. So they have another. They're and the sad thing is we're probably the ones disrespecting them the most.
Oh, glad you brought that up.
And I agree with you.
It sounds true, but it hurts though. Oh,
it is.
It hurts to hear. It hurts.
I think we're taking a narrow view of what you mean by who has it worse. It's a blanket statement, but it's situational. So
I agree.
It's not a competition of who has it worse. It's women. Yes, Black women. Like you say, they are the most disrespected, and they're shit on and everything. But then you also think most Black women, and yes, there's the Sandra Blands of the world and everything like that, but most Black women aren't as fearful of being pulled over as a Black male. They aren't as fearful of an interaction with a police officer. They can go, and their chances of being arrested and actually being arraigned and released is a little bit higher than Black males when it comes to the justice system in general.
Are you kidding me? Did you not see the Justice Department internal review of the Baltimore Police Department where Black women were pulled over and sexually assaulted by police officers? So they don't necessarily, they're not feared, so they may not have to worry about being Sandra Bland, but they can get molested or raped at any time. I never have to worry when I catch an Uber. I'm sure plenty of Black women do.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think it's situational. Like, that's still a situation, right? Like, that's an area, that's a you know, that's Baltimore. No shade.
That's Baltimore.
No, like Baltimore is ground zero.
I do kind of feel like
there's Baltimore's everywhere.
Baltimore is New York.
But my point is that there's a situation. So there's an Uber ride that we have to be concerned about. There's different areas. I agree with you guys. It's a different area where we have to be concerned and where we are going to be a little bit more on high alert, whereas you guys are going to be on high alert. And I remember one of you guys said something about the elevator, or I feel like so one of y'all said that.
That was Buff.
Right,
yes. Yeah. So, you know, that was another episode, guys. Check them out. So, you know, that's a situation where I get on the elevator and I don't
think
have
about
to,
that. Yeah.
But I wear locks. So, and I work for a Fortune 500 company and I'm in that, you know what I mean? So I have to kind of constantly watch how I behave and how I'm viewed. I walked in there with all African on the day. You know, so, you know, again, I do feel like it is a situational thing. So I agree. It's maybe not fair to say who has it harder, but it is, I mean, black people got it hard. You know what I'm saying? Just like other races of minorities also have it hard. But I definitely feel like we have it worse.
And the thing about it is, I mean, two things right here. It's not, for one, it's not a competition. I think the key for us is to understand and acknowledge that we're both fighting a battle.
Yes.
Right.
And if we become stronger allies, our battles, for one, our biggest battle is probably with each other.
Of course it is.
If we start supporting each other better, then we'll be that much better off, but not trying to always make it a competition.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain things I will never understand what it's like to be a black woman. I will never understand what it's like to be a mother, you know, sister, any of those things. Like Byron said, I'm not worried about getting an Uber. We had a HR call a few weeks ago and with my company, and they were saying they wanted us to stop taking Ubers and Lyfts. And I travel all the time from the airport. And it's like,
they want you to take a taxi? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Run on cars, probably?
The reason taxis are safer in their world, because all the stuff that's been going on with Uber and Lyft, they just felt more comfortable because these people are accredited. I can get their taxi number. Lyft, it's, you know, they have all these fake drivers and all that stuff, or Lyft and Uber. But those are things I don't have to worry about. I was out a few weeks ago with the bros, and there was this young lady that walked away from the table, and she turned around like you saw a light bulb go off in her head. She walked away from the table and put her napkin on her over her drink a certain way just because she was worried about, you know, maybe not us.
Drink.
She had a friend that was drugged one time, which completely changed her life. She didn't get into the details of that, but I had a full conversation with her. I'm like, I've heard that, but I never understood that. But at the same time, I forgot what I was reading or listening to. We were saying that, you know, I remember growing up where as a black man, you weren't expected to make it past 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we have to realize this is what guys, a lot of these young men are living for. So everything after 18,
you're an old head.
You know, it's like, I'm an OG. You're an OG at 19.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. That's the kind of world our youth and we are coming up into. And so it's not, hey, you have it worse, you have it better. It's like, man, we in a up situation, man. And we need to help each other out as much as possible. So I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
So you bring up a good point, because that was one of my questions. I'm like, you know, listening to the music that we listen to, like rap and hip hop, where you have guys like Snoop who do call women bitches and hoes and all of that kind of stuff. But then also too, now you have this new wave of female rappers like the City Girls talking about, you know, this nigga, I'm just out for my bag. Like, we are kind of pitted against each other. I don't see that in Latino culture. I don't see that with white people. I don't see that with Asians. So I'm like, why do we do that to ourselves? What are your thoughts on that?
It sells.
Yes, it does.
It sells.
So
people just listen to these lyrics.
I mean, it's ingrained in us. It goes all the way back to slavery. When you really think about it, when they were breaking up our homes, when they were bringing, you know, putting people in the field versus the house and everything. So we have been trained to go at each other. And then when we got out of slavery and we got into the Jim Crow and everything, we went right back into it where we're, okay, I have one position and it's 30 people trying to apply and I'm going to hire one of you niggas. And so, you know, that's how it was.
That's what it was.
I hope I'm in the number.
You know, and so, yeah, I got one. And so we had to fight with each other with that. And then I was listening to the Bros Bookshelf, another podcast, great podcast. You guys go check it out. But I was listening, they're reviewing Miseducation of the Negro. And they were talking about how at one point, the Black society, we wanted to get into like the FBI and things like that. And when a Black person joins the FBI or they go undercover, where are they going to go undercover at? They're going to go undercover into our communities. So it's us snitching on each other. So now we have this inherent mistrust of each other. Are you the feds? Are you the cop? And everything. So it's just a built-in inherent mistrust of government, of each other, of everything. And I mean, it goes all the way back.
But we had some positive points where we did join together, right? I don't think the civil rights movement could have happened without us joining together. So I agree with you. We had some points where we fight against each other. And I think I agree with you. I think that's where a lot of this comes from. But we also got to recognize that we can do it. We can get it together. We can work together. We can respect each other. We just got to want to do it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think if you don't know the history or know where you came from, you'll fail to repeat it. So Razi hit on a lot of good points. But if you go into stuff like mammyism and all this stuff and how they were the buck slave and so many different ways they were raising us to break us from get-go.
Oh, yeah.
Where a lot of these mammy or mother figures were spending more time raising white kids and being frustrated and beating Black kids. And also the way they were breaking these men and teaching. So these Black women were taught to try to teach these young Black men to be docile, and and these guys scared to be in the house. And if you go back to even, you talk about civil rights, after the civil rights, when they started doing a lot of the federal programs and stuff like that.
Yeah, like where you had to break up the home, the male could not be in the house.
That's some
shit. You can't get Section 8 if you got a male in the house.
That's some shit, boy.
Yeah.
That was some shit.
I would say, I think the biggest problem in the Black community is the lack of strength in a unified Black family. So a lot of us know how to potentially take care of our kids. Our Black women have been, I think, stepping up and taking the lion's share of that for generations. But at the same time, Black men, like you said, there's government programs where we're taught, or our women are even taught, that it's better to not even have us around.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't.
That's exactly what you said when you built that kind of program.
Yeah, we're sneaking around. So we're sneaking out the house. I got to sneak in the house to be with my family and kids. I might have to stay with Byron for a few days. I might have to stay with Razi for a few days. Or, I'm dealing with KB, but I'm going to have to go stay with Suge over there just to pass a couple of days away, just so I can make ends meet. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not taught about the familiar system. Like, we're set up from day one not to be together.
Yeah, and going back to like what Suge was talking about with like music and everything, the whole independent woman movement. It was weird. I went to a marriage retreat at my church this past weekend, and one of the things they talked about was independent equals single. You can't be independent and be in a relationship at the same time.
Both sides.
You can't play both sides of that. Like the whole point of a relationship is that you guys are interdependent.
Correct.
I think I talked about that on a previous episode. And so, we have gotten into this whole, I can do it myself. And like Ferg talked about, it's because they've broken up the families, the women have had to do it. And so since they have had to do it, they started with this, okay, well, I can do it myself. I don't need you anymore. And so now there's this thing where we aren't going to get into a relationship. We aren't going to have a family unit because I don't need you anymore. And so now you've got these two independent people moving independently, and we're not coming together and creating that family unit.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of women are taught, I feel you're taught you're better off, like, hey, don't trust some little niggas over there. We ain't up to no good. All men are dogs. I mean, these are cliche things that we hear all the time.
How do we fight those things, though? I guess it's realizing that they are stereotypes, right?
Yeah. And I think we talked about this, I think one of our early episodes. I think it's understanding the history behind it and understanding each person's struggle. So for me to date a Black woman and realize I'm dating this strong Black woman, not necessarily independent, but maybe she was raised to be independent. So part of what I have to deal with is showing her that she doesn't have to be independent. And when she shows these independent tendencies, don't think it's about me. It's, hey, this is generations of her being told, don't trust these guys. It's better to have your own, have money for a rainy day. Like, and I've never been a woman, but I feel like these are things that women are being taught.
How you know about that? Have money for a rainy day. Who told you about that?
He was raised by a black mama now. Right. Like,
they let all the secrets out.
That's
I was like, they know about that shit.
Yeah, we know. But the thing about it, we know, we still don't let it, we don't acknowledge it. And like, you know what? It's not her. We have to deprogram that stuff. We have to realize that you're dealing with generations of how our mothers and grandmothers and aunts survive. Like we come up from survival culture.
Yes,
and
Lord.
We raise our fists and so proud of it. It was like, you know what?
It's struggle culture.
It's baby. It's not you. It's not you. It's not me. It's generations that make you distrustful. You don't trust me because you've never probably seen a strong black male. Mm-hmm. You know, and I tell people all the time, our women love our dirty draws. But I rarely find a woman or a group of women that truly know how to respect, and not from a level of disrespect, but respect men and what they bring to the table. Not the finances and other stuff, but a lot of stuff that we go through or what we've been through. You know, like I'm married, Byron's married, Razi's the only person that comes from a 2-parent household, but I've never seen marriage work. Mm-hmm. So as trying to be a husband and a father, I've never seen it work. I've never, you know, and we talked about this last episode, as a man, we're probably programmed to like not to be nurturing, because you got to think, your son playing with baby dolls, you're not going to let your son, you know, grown men don't grow up to be daycare instructors and all this stuff. We don't start dealing with kids until we're damn near married to have kids of our own. Mm-hmm. And so then you wonder, like, all these deadbeat dads are like, nah, this nigga's never been nurturing. He's never been taught to be nurturing. As a matter of fact, he's probably been taught the exact opposite. So, you know, understanding why your husband's having a hard time or the man you're dealing with is having a hard time dealing with certain things as well is not him. It's generations of us just struggling to make this work. So I'm going to shut up.
I think one more thing I want to add, and then I want to hear what Buff has to say too. But one way that I think we can try to combat some of that is not just identifying the stereotypes, but I think it's at both sides understanding what the other person is. If I have an alpha female and I'm a beta male, that might be a good relationship for us. So that being able to fit the family role and not necessarily the gender role. You know, one of my favorite movies in the world is Color Purple. And if you look at, you know, Sophia and Harpo, that was the whole story, and their whole story arc was Sophia was an alpha female and Harpo was a beta male, and Harpo was trying to become an alpha male, doing what his daddy told him and trying to beat Sophia, and Sophia not having it. So their relationship couldn't work until Harpo figured out that I like to sew and I'm going to let Sophia be the alpha in this relationship. And they were happy after that, once they figured out how their family roles were, not necessarily what their gender roles were.
So really what works for them, right?
Yeah,
right.
It's being able to look at your relationship and figure out what works for you.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Buff, you got anything you want to add?
So is the question still
the question is all over.
Why we call women bitches and music, or did it? Because I got lost in the answers.
I think it's how we fix it.
Yeah, it started there, but yes, like, so now we're in this current state that we're in, which is complete madness. So it's like, how do we heal? What does that look like?
But you're going to also answer why we call them.
Yes. Why are we bitches and hoes? Where does that come from?
Well, bitches and hoes exist. It's just a matter of how much you want to acknowledge it or not. And that's just not a woman thing, though.
Okay, great. Glad it's a universal term that everybody can get.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been explained many times that a woman that's out to only get you for what you got and is heartless about it and, you know, plays you or whatever the case may be, you tend to might want to call that person a woman that is sleeping around only for money or whatever like that. You tend to want to call same thing for a man. I mean, so they exist. Now, whether or not it should be in entertainment on a mainstream level, that's up for debate. But if we want to change that, we gotta got to challenge the people that are in position, the P. Diddy's, the Dr. Dre's, and everybody like that, to challenge artists to make different type of music, because right now they're claiming that that's the only thing we want to hear. And when they make a positive song or something like that, like we have positive rappers out there that are not mainstream for whatever reason. So we have to change that.
I think you're not mainstream because, like you said, you guys said, it's about making money. So if the sex is going to sell, it has to be something that this bigger than us, and we're okay with taking an L for a minute to get us back together. But who gonna want to take the L?
But see, positive music can sell. Like we see
can.
We see it in other genres of music.
Yeah, I think Kendrick is a positive rapper.
You think he's positive though? I mean, he's not negative, but
I think he talks about I think he talks about a lot of the struggles that Black America has to go through. But yeah,
he ain't talking about stupid shit too though. It's just not. I'm sorry.
Just write him off like that.
Yeah, you
right. That hurt my heart. Don't hurt my heart.
I mean, he do. Like, let's not act like he no Common or no Nas. Like,
God. Here we go. All right, go. Three brothers. Go ahead.
But before we move on, I feel like there was pushback to there are and that exist. Is there pushback? I mean,
no, it was just surprising. It was surprising. I wasn't ready for it.
I agree.
I wasn't ready. Sometimes I need a little, heads up. I'm about to throw this,
But just like you guys have terms for dudes.
Niggas.
I don't call people niggas.
You want a real nigga? Like
I don't like saying the word nigga. I don't like to say it.
I mean, not you.
I don't want that.
But you probably had one though, and then you realize you didn't want them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't want that.
I feel like the young Suge I knew might have wanted a real nigga back in Mobile or her.
Square. I've always been a square. I was always kind of nerdy, quiet. So,
yeah, but that's why you probably wanted a real one at some point.
I ain't never. No,
okay. I don't know what they had over there in the East School.
Not real niggas, I can tell you.
Oh gosh, no! The names we call, I think are very hilarious. To be honest with you, I kind of take more of a guy approach. I'm a bit of a tomboy, so
yeah, she's more of the
I'd be able to ask why niggas is. You know what I mean? So I be like, why is this dude so right now? Like, what is we doing? So it's a little different.
She's definitely an alpha female.
Yeah,
and I really try not to use the N word. Let me just say that.
Oh, you can say naked.
I do.
Nakers.
Yeah. Nakers with attitude.
I know. I got to get a shirt. I love that shirt.
What is it called?
Nakers with attitude. I love it.
You have
Look
it?
at the shirt.
Oh.
Look at it.
Oh, this is a real thing? Let me see.
Yes, it's a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is your shirt.
Have you? Yeah.
You
gotta look at that merch.
Three Brothers merch is on. It's serious.
Oh, I didn't talk to you about that then, Razi. You running that too?
Yeah.
Yo, we got these got sweat shirts and we trying to come out with. We want to see them sweatpants season. That's all I'm saying.
It's about to be spring.
So the place I use,
Razi, don't help her objectify.
Yeah, show it. Be
no, we gonna have all this merch up so that when it's sweatpants season, we ready. So nakers with attitudes.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what's up. Okay, I'm with it.
You still got that on your forehead?
She want everybody to know she a bad.
No, pause. I just came from the meeting. What are we doing here? Really? Shut up and let's go.
What you mean? Let's go. It's over with.
Got your fake cat.
I'm telling y'all to wrap this up. Baby missed me and wanted to see my face, so here I am.
I did.
Oh, good.
It's true.
Greetings.
We had a good conversation. I think we talked about a lot as far as, the relationships between Black men and women, how that's viewed, stereotypes, how we do fight against each other and how we kind of need to start thinking about things, I guess, a little differently. And it's not a competition. I think that's one of the biggest things I kind of took away from this conversation for sure.
So as Black women, how do you guys see it? I mean, we did a lot of talking. Do you feel like you have it harder? Do you acknowledge the...
I think it depends. Like we were saying, I think it depends on the situation. I feel like Black women are making like major strides right now as far as like we're the largest group of self-owned businesses. Like we're the most educated. So like we're killing it right now. But I think that's also because we're not as much of a threat to society as you guys might be. So I think it's two sides of the same coin, I really think. So, you know, you guys have to be worried about the police and all that kind of stuff more so than we do. But there's also only so far that I think they will let a Black woman go.
That's the important part, because I think I even talked about on a previous episode with even my manager making a comment. She's a woman, and in my company, women do very well, but they're white women. They're not Black women that's really at the top. Like, you know, that's sitting in a lot of these leadership positions. So white women still do really well. And she was like, you got a double whammy. You know, you're Black and you're a woman. So I don't always identify when it's like these feminist movements. I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't give a shit about none of that. Because to me, I'm Black first. That's the way I see it. So you're going to look at my skin and then all the other shit going to come after that. So I do agree with you guys as far as that conversation around it being situational. Certain things that we have to be on high alert, where certain things that you guys as men have to be on high alert. But shit, we all on high alert. Point blank, period. Everybody's on high alert. And if you're not, you living in la la land, and that's why you're gonna get cased up and get surprised one day.
I'm not cased up, KB.
I don't know. I just felt like saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you have a duty to call your other African queens, your other Black sisters out when you see them doing injustice or disrespecting the situation? You know, like we're so quick to jump on the bandwagon, you know, if a Black woman's coming at a Black man and there's all of a sudden there's this whole thread on black dudes aren't da 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 da. Same with Black men. I think we try to do a good job of keeping our brothers accountable, you know.
Yeah, because me and Elle, we called out KB last night.
Oh, we did.
Hey.
Who y'all believe?
Hey.
Suge and L or KB?
I look innocent and I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Looks can be deceiving.
Anyway, no.
So, wait, can I comment though really quickly? Even though this was a fictional situation, like a few episodes ago when we were reviewing Queen and Slim, I think the three of us definitely talked about how that could have gone way different
if she would have shut the up.
Yeah, she just sat down and shut the entire up.
Yep.
So I think that at least the three of us, I think we do a good job of keeping not only each other, but also the people in our circles accountable for their actions.
But you got to think about, like, you don't really run into like anything major because you generally put people around you that are similar to you. So we ain't gonna be around the city girl type people, right? Like, let me just say, I'm not gonna really be around the city girl type. So
I listen to their music though.
I don't. I can't listen to them.
Get into it.
I do a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, it's nothing wrong. Hey, if you want to do that,
I have a little ratchet side.
You know, it's whatever.
They can't say number. I hate how they say nimber.
They say
my nimber.
That's Miami.
Now wait,
I don't know one.
You listen to City Girls on Razi?
Yeah, I was.
I mean, when it comes on the radio,
It's on the radio.
When that 305, when they be like, Steve, and like you hear that, I be like, oh yeah, FLA. Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm from Florida.
She's a Florida girl.
Oh yeah, I don't like to claim it all the time, but it's true. You know, Charlamagne say all the crazy people come.
All the crazy people
from the Bronx and all of New York. I'm just sorry, all of Florida. Yep. So
he ain't lie.
Wait, you lived there for a little minute. Don't do that.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, I am born and raised from Florida, FLA. So anyway, but no, I think you don't put yourself around those kind of people. But yeah, if you can't call out people around you that's doing crazy.
How many times have you heard women that you've been around say or discredit a man because they disagree by saying he's not a real man? Like,
I ain't heard. I'll check somebody for that. Like, no,
I haven't heard that.
You never heard him like, he's.
We don't even, you gotta say, for we be around professional people, right?
Yeah,
I know it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I think that's certain people, right? That's certain people that run in a certain way. And it's nothing, no hit to nobody. But I've had people around me that I think do some that I don't think they should do when it comes to men. And I'm not talking about me. I don't think I do nothing wrong. But
here we go. A hit dog will always holler because you still trying to defend yourself.
I'm gonna talk to you up close afterwards. But anyway, I know someone who does some stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, and I have said stuff in the past, but then I am guilty of kind of being quiet about it, right? Because I'm kind of like, I don't know if it's my place. But I don't think anybody does any real bashing, right? Like, I don't be around people who do bashing of men, but that's because we all kind of believe in the black man too. So again, I think you surround yourself with like people, so you don't really have that to that extent. It might be tried you and you gonna go off, but we all know you're just mad.
Right.
It ain't real life.
True story.
Because one thing about it, we loyal as
girl.
You know, y'all gonna run. Y'all gonna run real quick to a fault.
Don't have me start.
Here we go.
But they're all married to black women.
I'm so thankful for that. Lord,
That's great. Praise the Lord, Pastor Pete.
Lord, because I would have been looking sideways at some of y'all. I'm gonna tell you now.
She would have. She would have been the first one.
Wait, when a black woman goes and finds her a white and shining armor.
I'm okay with it only because I probably, in my head, they probably have tried so long to try to be with a black man, and it just didn't work for them. So I give black women passes. It's probably a double standard, but I give them passes because in my head, I know they probably tried. There's studies that show how black women have been holding out for a black man in way longer than what black men do.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I've been talking, baby.
Oh, I was going to say, but my thing is, though, I think when it comes to black men and white women, not all black men, but enough black men down black women to justify them dating outside of their race. And a lot is, numbers wise, percentage wise, black women don't really do that. And I think that's where, for me, that's what I have an issue with, right? Like self-hate is a hell of a drug. So I think it's fine if you want to date, a Latina, a white girl, an Asian girl, whatever, but you don't have to down black women to do it. Like a black woman raised your little silly ass.
That's what I can't understand. I can't understand it. Like when you get raised by a black woman, but then you have this thing about black, and it always, okay, so I'm chocolate myself, so I can say I be feeling like I am chocolate. I am.
Let her think that.
I am chocolate. Anyway, the point is I always be feeling it'd be like dark skinned guys, like chocolate guys that be on this the hardest. And I'd be like, who made you feel bad about your skin tone?
Girl, colorism is a whole separate issue. We'll be here for another hour and a half.
Then also, too, I think that some black men, as you mentioned, their mothers, that's a touchy subject, too, because if your mom wasn't a good mom, then... You know what I'm saying? Same way with little girls and dads. If you didn't have a good example of what a black man was supposed to be, then you know what I'm saying?
I'm a daddy's girl.
So I don't want to make excuses. I don't want to make excuses for black men that put black women down.
Because they are tools of incompetence. Go.
To justify them dating a white woman. But I think some of it could come from a defense mechanism to where they are stereotyped to where if they're seen with a white woman, they're stereotyped that, he weak. He couldn't deal with a black woman. So that's why he went and ran to a white woman so he can, run all over her. And so naturally you wanted to defend yourself. And so you come out and say, I just didn't want to deal with your bad attitude, or you go to try to get me for all my money, or whatever other stereotypes he may throw out there to put black women down. So I think sometimes black women automatically go to the stereotype of why they're dating a white woman and attack that black man. And so he may come back with that.
And this might not even be the popular opinion. So we were talking earlier about being a culture of survivors. And so as a young black man growing up around all these women who, yes, they nurtured me, they raised me, but they were survivors. So I grew up around all these, not me, but I grew up around all these women, black women, who I heard say niggas ain't and I heard talk about how bad black men are. And so I've never seen them in a good relationship. I've seen them as nurturers. I've seen them love. I say a lot of times, I said earlier, black women love our dirty draws, but they don't know. I don't feel like they know how to respect men to a certain extent. Because they've never seen that level of respect on a lot of things. They've seen the love, but not the respect. And black men is the reverse. we respect Black women, but we rarely see our Black women nurturing us in a loving situation. So think about how many young Black men saw their mothers, their aunts, their grandmothers in a true loving situation, knowing how to be loved and knowing how to love a man back in a certain way. And it's like, you know what? I saw my auntie cuss out my uncle, kick him out the house. Yeah, he came home drunk, but I don't want to deal with all that. You know, so it's so many different things I think we deal with where we're dealing with stereotypes. And yes, we love our Black women to a certain extent, but we don't know how to love them properly. Like I have not seen many Black women growing up be loved properly. Like when I got married, everything I was doing was new to me. And I never grew up as an affectionate guy. I've always had fun and stuff like that, but I was never affectionate. Very loving, but never affectionate. I didn't understand how to do those things. And so I never saw it.
180. Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
So I think the same way, you know, our women love us to death, but they might not respect some of the things you're going through, you know, and vice versa. So, and Byron, I'm just surprised you let all that Tupac slander slide early.
What slander? Where's the lie? Where is the lie? I'm just saying Jada act like she was all devastated, but she done
she called out Tupac too.
Yeah, she said they had it out over there.
Yeah, she said that she used to come at him about calling women and he'd be like, I'm not talking about you.
So if she done already learned that from back then, why she still saying that in 20?
Because that argument doesn't hold up.
But I think women accept that though.
Wait,
some
what?
women accept.
A lot of they'll accept the whole general conversation of they'll dance to a song with bitches and in it.
Yeah.
But as soon as they talk about that one individual, like you go dance to that song, but then he calls Gail's offended.
So I'll tell y'all a story. I didn't dance to songs that called the girls bitches and hoes. I would literally stop at the club and stop dancing if a song like that came on.
Yeah, I was on stage with Ghostface Killer and he started that and I was like, oh, it's time for me to go.
Oh, I love Ghostface Killer.
Well, apparently I'm not a real one. Apparently I'm not a real one because I still jammed the What These Bitches Want by DMX. I don't stop. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Because like Byron said, they are out there. So until you actually put a face with a name, for lack of a better term, until I actually say you are the thing is, jamming to that song, I think is all right. Like
DMX called out about 20 of them.
I think I just objected to. I guess it was KB that said he has more than Brenda's Got a Baby. Like you can make a whole album of positive songs from pop. That's it.
True story.
All right. Well,
so,
I ain't meant to kick back off.
Oh, go ahead, Ferg.
I said I ain't meant to kick a whole other conversation.
Yeah. That was a good point, though. We did need to bring that up. Sorry.
So this has been a very full conversation, and I can't wait to hear it in its entirety. And also for you guys to come back. This is great.
Well, it's been great. Another great show. I want to thank the ladies for coming out. You know, it's the first of many. We're trying to do this Blackity Black podcast movement, getting young Black listeners, young Black podcasters to come together and share their knowledge, share what's on their minds. So it's been great. But before we leave, fellas, you know how we do it. Tell the people what's on your mind.
Man, I really got nothing. Again, just thank you guys for all the love, support. Byron's had him. I think this is our fourth or fifth viral post that we've had.
Oh yeah.
So Byron, I just want to commend you on running all the social media pages, man. I mean, it's huge for us. And if you guys continue to post, share our stuff, so then the more people that see some of the posts, they're gonna come, they're gonna join the community, they're gonna laugh, they're gonna joke with us, they'll start listening. So we appreciate all the growth that we've had, and we know it's attributed to you guys. So thank you all.
Just want to echo what Razi said, and want to thank the ladies for joining us as well. It was very, very fun having you all on. Man, this whole experience, man, has just been fun. Ferg, I'm glad you brought me into the fold. I actually look forward to this show every week, man. So you guys that are listening, I hope you do as well. Some of you tell me you listen to us when you're working out, on your way to work, wherever it may be. We hope that we're able to give you that escape for an hour and some change each week. So just thank you for tuning in. Like Razi said, help spread the word. We're trying to grow the audience more and more each week. And so far, it's been pretty good. And we just thank you guys for that.
I got to go with my fellas. Thank you to all our listeners, all the people that support us on Facebook, Instagram. Buff, you do a great job with that. Razi, you and the merch are rocking. I just hope I don't get voted off the island one day because I'm just here for everything black.
Man, you quarterbacking this thing, man.
Get that naked shirt, y'all. Get that naked shirt.
Yeah, that naked shirt is hot. I was wearing it today and I had a lot of people asking about it. But definitely appreciate everything you guys do, everything you guys bring to the table. To our listeners, keep going. And as we continue, like we had today with the ladies of Femme Noir Files, go out and support them as well. These ladies have a lot of good things to say. You know, their show's a little different from ours, but that's the point. We want you guys to get all these different feels and these different voices. So just for today, if I can leave you with anything, go out and support Femme Noir Files. Those ladies do a great job. And the newest group, and we mentioned before, is the Bruh's Bookshelf. You know, they have some great books. They've done 3 so far. $40 Million Slave. They did Heavy, and that actually got an endorsement from the author. And they did The Miseducation of the Negro. For all the ladies and loved ones and fellas, the next book they got coming up is The 5 Love Languages. I think we actually mentioned that on the show a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So that's their next book they're gonna be putting out there. So go out, listen to them. If you have any questions about them, we'll drop their links to their podcast on our platform. So I'll leave you with this. Remember the 6 rules of podcast: listen, like, share, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, listen again. We out.